All right, this skill from IXL is called solving equations with variables on both sides. Let's tack this mild one first. So what you see is that there's a variable on both sides of the equation. Because of that, in order to find our solution, the j, we got to get the j's all on the same side. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys two ways to do this really quick. The way you probably want to do it, and another way that actually makes it easier. Okay, so I have to use inverse operations if I want to get one number to the other side. I can't just combine these right here. So I can't say this is 15j. No. Angry face, not allowed. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is we're going to do an inverse operation, and what that is just an operation that we do to both sides. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 8j here on this side, and I'm going to subtract 8j on this side. On the right side, when I subtract 8j, these guys are going to cancel out because they're inverses of each other. You would get 0 j's, but I don't need to write 0 j's. On the other side, this one right here, those are like terms, and so we're going to combine them. All right, so when we combine them, we get negative 1j. All right, so that's, we know it's negative because there are more negatives than there are positives. Here we have 8 negatives, and here we have 7 positives. So whenever you have different signs, you just subtract them. And then whichever one you have the most of, that's your answer. Or you guys can think of the number line. So if I'm thinking about the number line and I'm starting at positive 7 right here, and if I'm adding negative 8, or if I'm subtracting 8, both are the same, I'm going to go 8 this way. And I would end up at negative 1. So that would be 8. Okay. All right. So what's next? Oh, yeah. Now we're going to divide both sides by negative 1, because right here, the negative 1 is multiplying to j, and the inverse of multiplying is dividing. So if I divide by negative 1, I get positive 1j, and I don't need to write the 1 if I don't want to, but then I have to do the same thing to the other side, and so I get my answer, j equals 3. And so that's what I would put in my box. But the other way, like I said, there's another way to solve it. The other way would be, instead of subtracting 8j first, I could subtract 7j. And the reason why I would want to subtract 7j first is because, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to do it this way. You can stop the video right now if you liked what we did already, is because then I wouldn't have any negatives to deal with. So now I have 0 j's over here on the left side. Those would cancel out. And on the other side, I have 8 minus 7, which is 1j. And now I just have to get rid of that negative 3. What would I have to put right here so that when I subtract 3, I get 0? Okay, remember, that's what equations are saying. So the inverse of plus 3 is, the inverse of minus 3 is plus 3. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides, and then I get my final answer. I get 3 equals j, which is the same as this guy. Smiley face. All snap.